Hello everyone and welcome to game 102, Germany versus South Africa. Game will be underway any second here now. Here they go. South Africa winning the puck with a back flick as they do a nice little push, pull and curl. He moves it over to the left-hand side here, flicking it over to the wall for his left half. He does a curl and taking it back into the middle of the pool with his forwards that are down. However, looks like Germany did a good job to intercept it. South Africa pushing it again along the wall, trying to keep good possession here. Good defense there by the German back. However, South Africa's just got more numbers on the bottom and doing a better play along the back wall here. Good numbers down here by South Africa as they push it along and into the goal tray, straight along the back wall. Referee is agreeing goal. 50 seconds into the game and South Africa scores the first goal. Number 10, Jean-Pierre, scoring that one there, the vice-captain. Germany getting the puck this time, trying to curl it straight back through and run straight into the left forward there for South Africa. Nice push pulls there as he does a curl, brings it back over to the outside, tries to do a swerve, but the German defender read it and helped him go over to the wall. Nice little slide here as South Africa try to take it back into the middle of the pool, sets it up perfectly to pass it to his back, who then curls and brings it back onto the inside. South Africa just picking the Germany defense apart here as they go between each player. Germany bringing it back over to the wall here. The referees are going to pull us up. We have a gloving foul against Germany. South Africa going a nice little 45, so it's right in the middle of the goal tray. He curls to draw the player and has his other back come through and try and push it through. However, the forward was able to knock it down, and now we've got another forward driving it over to the wall underneath the sub bench here. He's going to try and hold on to it, but nice little rip there by the South African defense as they then curl it back around. Nice swerve here again as he moves it forward and flicks it to his other forward, who then chips it past the defender as they move in on the goal tray here, and they manage to weave it between them and score again. However, the referees have said no goal and saying it's a foul against South Africa. Germany making a bit of an interesting decision here as they try and move it across the middle of the pool, and they've managed to move it across to the far side. South Africa doing some nice skill work here as they try and sweep it between two of the German forwards. Now it's over on the far wall again. Nice big scrum there on the far side. Looks like referee's pulling us up here again. It's a foul against South Africa. Germany taking over to the wall here, and a much better decision here to keep it up the wall in their defensive third. They've managed to now push it up to the middle of the court here, but South Africa's backs have done a nice ripping curl and managed to take it back over to the wall and start pushing it up on a nice little drive here. Puck's just kind of slipped out on the far wall. Nobody's got possession of it, and Germany does a nice little curl there to try and keep possession of it and try and drive forward again. However, lots of numbers down here by South Africa, and they manage to drive it up the wall here and tries to do a little backflip, but it looks like there's a bit of glove on that as he did that. Referees didn't see it. Nice high flick here from Germany as they drive it again up the wall. Runs straight into a South African defender, though, who does a rip curl. And as he tries to feed it out, it gets pulled back by a German defender. South Africa again here with the puck as they try and take it around the outside of the play. One-on-one here. He tries to flick it past, but Germany's defenders are down. But however, he's got good strength on the bottom here, and the South African managed to take the puck back off the German defender, off the last man there, and managed to reach over the top of him without impeding his ability to defend, and managed to slide it in the goal tray there. Nice reach there as he gets it right into the goal tray. Well done. And that was number 13, Ryan. Bit of a break there by South Africa as they heard the buzzer from the other court and decided to go for it. Luckily, the refs are being nice, letting them go back before they call it again. Here we go again this time. South Africa and Germany meeting right on the puck, and South Africa does a nice little back flick, and they manage to move it over to this near side wall here. Bit of a underbody play here but from both teams trying to get hold of it. South Africa doing some really nice curling here to keep it off the Germans and then moving it to space and then recycling the puck. But we have the referee pulling up the game against South Africa. Germany moving it to the side, flicking it, trying to flick it past, but the South African defender read that perfectly and was able to grab it and do a nice little recycle here under his body. They're now trying to move it back into the middle of the pool. South Africa's got the puck still. He's got lots of numbers from Germany down, and he does a nice little underbody shovel to try and get it back to his defender. Good numbers here. Oh, a bit of a glove here from South Africa. Don't know if the refs have seen it here, though. South Africa keeping on the wall as they keep trying to drive it up. They're moving into a bit of a channel, but then they're going to go along the back wall here again. Germany trying to push it away from their goal tray, but South Africa have just got really good numbers and moving it around each defender as they come across and recycle the puck, and they're able to... They're right next to the goal tray here, and they manage to just force it through with brute strength and get it into the goal. Referees have agreed that it is a goal. Goal was by cap number 6, Matthew Penning. So 7 minutes left in this first half, and South Africa are up by 3.
Well done by the GB4, just launched right out on the free puck there.
Nice little swerve there on the strike there by Germany. Oh, sorry, South Africa. South Africa doing some good body work underneath, skill work underneath his body. However, Germany came out with it. Germany trying to do a little drive here along this near side wall. You've got to keep aware of his glove on the wall, though. He keeps bashing it up against the puck. South Africa's backs have done a good job and kept it here, though. However, the refs are pulling us up and throwing a South African out for 1 minute, is it? For barging. So Germany here has a bit of advantage of a 6-on-5. However, South Africa are calling a timeout. So number 3, Tylen Paik, is out for 1 minute once this timeout is over.
Side back into the shadows.
Looks like we have Germany's coach trying to tell his boys to slow it down and just keep moving it over to the wall and keeping South Africa away from the middle of the pool. With this timeout now over, let's see how Germany goes. Here they go, they take it and they're going to move it along onto the wall here. I would have thought they would have tried to take it onto the middle of the court in front of the goal tray, but looks like we have a bit of a glove going on here. Glove fest on the wall. South Africa using lots of glove here to keep it back. South Africa has the puck here. Looks like the refs are going to pull it up. They're going to call it for gloving against South Africa. Germany's best bet here would be trying to move it into the middle of the pool as they're right up against the back line here for South Africa. Germany takes it on the 45 onto the middle of the court here. Good decision. They're trying to keep it together. However, better numbers down by South Africa are in a better position, and they managed to take it to the wall and keep the possession up against the wall here with a 2v1, keeping it in the corner. We have a good job here from South Africa's backs as they recycle round to keep a fresh one on the bottom. And we have a referee on the far side of the pool calling out for chopping against South Africa. Another chance here for Germany to really have some good position with a free puck right on the goal. He does a little fake here, and he's going to get a breaking call probably. They're playing advantage as they move it into the middle of the call. South Africa now taking it out to the far side. But the referees are going to pull it up, and they're going to go breaking. He did a nice little fake as if he was going to take that puck there, and South Africa's forwards just jumped forward half a metre straight away. I reckon he had a good smile on his face for that one. Right in the middle of the pool here as he goes. He does another little fake again, but didn't fool him this time. Throws it right in the middle of the scrum here, right on the goal tray here. Lots of numbers down from both sides, but it's starting to move slightly away, and South Africa has it here. But Germany defenses are down. Oh, South Africa's done a nice little pull off him. A nice little curl on the far side to try and reach his team, and they move it back on a straight line over and swimming it into space all the time. Nice push, pull, and recycle here to let his back come through and move it around into space as they continue forward here. Bad flick there by the South African back. However, his forward was in the right position on the outside and managed to scoop it off the Germany back line and move it in for a goal.
Still got about 5 seconds left here. Here's the start of the free puck.
That was number 4, Elmar, scoring that one. 3 minutes left in this first half, and South Africa leads 4-0. And we have a white timeout being called now.
Left in the match here. All right, so 2.5 minutes left. Back on the short wall we go. GB making a really nice drive. Back down again. Here we go. On the charge. Another call on the play. Stoppage by GB. So Spain.
Here we go with 3 minutes left in this half. Nice little swerve again by the South African forward. Nice little curl again and to recycle the puck, and as they bring it over to this far side. Nice little flick there by the South African back to try and reach his forward. As that back is still down, doing a nice little curl now into his center. They keep driving it forward underneath the Germany boys as they're not all on the bottom flat, whereas South Africa is. They're moving it up into the far corner here. But Germany's got it again. Nice big glove there along the wall as he tries to move it out. Now he's done a nice little back flick to try and get it over, and they're both holding the puck up in the air, and they flick it out of the court.
It looks like it was a goal. He just caught it in there. Put it on the goal. I'll see if we can get it.
And referees are saying it is against Germany. So South Africa here with a great position as they go to take this free puck, moving it straight in towards the middle of the court. Little flick, not very high. It was great. It was just the right height, and then they managed to driving it around, trying to move it in a straight line underneath the play here, and looks like we've got a nice little tussle right on the lip of the tray, and then he moves it away and along the goal tray and then sweeps it back underneath the defender. However, we have a breaking against and a gloving against Germany from earlier. They were playing advantage. So South Africa here with another chance right in front of the goal tray again. Nice little flick here. We get a nice scrum right on the goal tray. Forwards are down in a great position there for South Africa, ready to just rip it into the goal. And the referees are agreeing that it is a goal. Number 5. Ethan Martin. Less than a minute left in this first half as we go here again. Both forwards going underwater from the start, and looks like Germany has won this puck here. But however, he's done a mistake and he's flicked it forward straight to where the South African defender was waiting for him. So South Africa doing a switch to the far side of the court. And now they're going to drive up that far wall there. However, referees are going to pull it up against South Africa. Bit of barging going on in this game. Germany trying to take it through the middle. South Africa had better stick down as we end this half. So that's the end of the first half, and we have South Africa leading Germany 5-0. Here we go in the second half with South Africa trying to do a nice little push-pull there to sweep it past the defender, recycles the puck. Germany trying to drive it back to the far corner there to keep possession here. South Africa doing a nice little flick there to try and get it over, but Germany defenders was down and ready to go to push it over to the far wall, but they're not putting much pressure on them here, and they're able to sweep it under their body to try and keep it going along the wall. Little rip here by South Africa to try and move it back, and he tries to sweep it under his body. Now it is a half curl, but Germany's forward was down and ready for it. However, they managed to sweep it past him, and South Africa's defenders putting lots of pressure on them here. Now the forwards are doing a nice job, and he was sitting down right in front of the corner of the goal tray there, and the South African forward was able to just pull it off the German defender and slide it into the goal tray. Once again, just around a minute into the second half, and South Africa has scored. It was number 10, Jean-Pierre, the vice-captain again. South Africa doing a nice swerve again off on the puck. He does a curl, flicks it over to the side, and we're having a nice little backline switch here as they come forward again. Does a little half push-pull, and now moves it forward into the court, recycles the puck, and they're driving it into a pack of Germany's defenders there. Now they're driving it up the wall, but we have the referee signalling. Barging against South Africa, and a bit of a free arm as well. Germany going to take this puck, flicks it straight into the middle of the scrum. Nice high long flick. It went too far though, and South Africa's defenders were ready and waiting for it. He does a curl and flicks it up the wall. Germany trying to keep the puck and move it into the middle. However, South Africa is taking it back to the wall. Germany pushing forward again. Nice big flick. However, once again, he flicks it too far, and South Africa is able to get it and curl, and they're going for a switch across the back line here. Germany's forward was down and trying to intercept the last man there, but he does better puck work, and now we've got a reverse 45 coming here. Now he curls and passes it back, and South Africa still doing a nice drive here, keeping to open space as they have all the numbers on the bottom. And they just keep moving it into free space everywhere they get. A little bit of a congestion on the far side there now, but they manage moving it around it again, and he looks for his right defender, and he flicks it around, and he tries to get it past the last man, and they're moving it across the goal tray here. Bit of a scrum, but looks like Germany's managing to flick it out, and they're taking it over to the wall underneath their sub-bench. This guy should try and hold it here rather than drive, get some fresh players on the bottom. Nice rip there by the South African backline. Now they're going to try and move it forward here. Germany holding with some fresh legs in the pool now. They're going to try and drive it, but he had bad body position there from the angle, and South Africa managed to pull it, but Germany's going forward again here. Does a curl and tries to flick it under his body to go forward again, but the South African defender was waiting for him. We have a referee in the other court. My fault this time. Here we go. South Africa moving up the pool here on this near side. Nice little drive there by him. Taking it back underneath the bench, and Germany's got a defender there to try and keep the play up against into the corner. Fresh legs here for Germany coming in. Nice long breath hold there here by the South African as he tries to take it out of the corner again. He's still down. Has a nice little flick there towards the goal tray. Looks like he has another one of his guys down, and Germany trying to do a switch in front of the goal tray, a metre out from the goal tray. However, South Africa was ready for him. Lots of numbers down, and they managed to just slide it into the far corner of the goal tray. And the refs have agreed that it is a goal. Cap number 2, Thiago. So when they restart, it'll be around 10 minutes left in the second half, with South Africa leading Germany 7-0.
set up. Ooh, coming over top. Maybe a little stick of just a little bit. We'll see.
Germany coming out with the speed this time and trying to slide it between the two South African forwards. However, they had none of that and managed to drive it their way and drive it over towards the far wall. Managing to do a nice recycle of the puck. However, the referees are pulling it up for a dangerous flick against South Africa.
And maybe the odd person. Depending on the time length of the game and the score, it can happen. All right, nice switch over by GB, and they decide to come back with a short ball.
Germany doing a drive here. They're managing to flick it and connect with their left forward. South Africa trying to hold them out here on this near side wall with this a little bit of gloving going on here, but it looks like it might be all right. Germany still has possession here. Wasn't getting any access to the puck, though, leaving any access at all. South Africa pulling it backwards, curling it round, looking for numbers, flicking it over the top of the players' sticks. Now they got a nice little drive going up the wall here. Better body position by the German defender. However, he had a 2v1 and South Africa was able to push it away, but the referees are saying gloving against South Africa.
Oh, yeah, there's a few arms going on that puck.
The puck's not hitting many sticks.
Oh,
Look at that.
That's a bit of a glove arm right there. So, I think we may have the right call here from the booth anyways. They're calling it a goal.
Germany coming down to take this free puck. They move it to the right and then flick it into the middle. Nice knockdown there by the South African forwards, but South Africa's done a nice job here to get the puck. Does some good skill work as they try to move it forward. However, his flick was once again a little bit too big, and South Africa now has the puck as they go forward for a nice little drive over to the far side, but we have referees pulling us up for gloving against South Africa, and we have one of the Germans guys saying, yeah, it's your fault here.
But definitely right here, that's off, definitely the GB arm. Lifting it right up. Number 12 for GB, that's James. I'm sure James will be happy.
Germany moving it towards the wall to do a nice big flick over there. However, the South African guy just was right in the right spot and it landed on his stick. South Africa trying to drive it forward up the far side there as they recycle it round and then look for another player to pass it to. Lots of numbers for South Africa here. Germany doing a good job there with some defense as they try and move it to this near side with a little bit of a backline switch. However, South Africa's all over them, managing to try and drive it forward, but Germany brings it out once again. Germany trying to flick it up the wall here and drive it up the wall. Is using his stick the wrong way and is gloving it the whole way up. South Africa forward dropping in on the inside and ripping it off and trying to drive it forward again, but the German defender was down and ready and waiting. He's got his stick the right way this time, the German defender, as he tries to drive it up the pool. However, South Africa's got much better power and tries to drive it forward. Germany bring it back over to their sub bench, but they're trying to drive it out too far, and South Africa was down and waiting for him. Bit of a 3v1 here with Germany over South Africa pushing it forward and trying to recycle it back. However, the referees are calling them up for chopping. South Africa is going to have a free puck here right underneath the goal, underneath their German sub bench, but we have referees signaling that it is a black timeout. As South Africa's timeout winds down, they will have 6 minutes left in the second half as they are leading 7-0. South Africa doing a nice flick there into the scrum right in front of the goal tray. Lots of numbers down from both teams. However, South Africa was able to move it into the middle of the court right in front of the goal tray and slide it in. Referees were even playing advantage for South Africa, and they're going to call it a goal for number 2.
About 5.5 minutes left in the game. We've still got GB well in the lead.
Tiago.
As they try and sort out the cameras, we'll keep you posted as best we can here, based on the views that we have. Looks like Spain is trying to make a push out right now along the far wall. GB's cutting it back across the pool and cutting back into their corner now. Spain on the push. As GB has been on a
South Africa winning that puck and doing a very big backhand flick over to his other forward, who then drives it around the German defence and drives it up the wall there to the far corner. Very strong drive there by him. South Africa doing a nice big curl and flick to try and do a backline switch, and he's got plenty of open space here, and he's going to swim it all the way around almost to the wall here and tries a nice big back flick over the top of the German defender to bring it back to his forward, who is down and waiting with the other forward on the goal tray waiting, and he just passed it to his mate and slid it into the goal.
and they managed to push it back out.
Looks like one of the referees is calling for a ref timeout. Want to have a bit of a discussion about something they saw in the play.
There we see the referee on the surface signal advantage. He's seen something in the water here.
VAR referee as well.
VAR referee as well, yes. So it looks like GB starting to work it out, and there's the call now. That's going to be against GB for chopping again. We may be getting into a time penalty situation here momentarily. Seems to be having all sorts of technical difficulties with it.
And they agree for a goal.
Oh, it was an illegal sub for GB.
That's what it looked like. So they're going to send one out. So Spain is going to get another 6-on-5 advantage here.
Goal for number 10, Jean-Pierre, again, the vice-captain. Well done, that's 3 goals for him for this game.
Spain can take advantage of this push here. As they make the drive, GB holding them off.
Germany winning this puck this time with a nice little flick past his opposition there. However, South Africa got it and managed to drive it forward. Does a nice little puck check there and then passes it to his back. And then looks like they're going to do a backline switch, but they move it back to the outside, then bring it back to the inside for another switch here. He brings it under his body to try and find some more friends. South Africa keeping the puck here, looking for space and other players as he flicks it forward. Nice little poke there to drive it up the wall. Well, underneath Germany's sub-bench here as they try and drive it forward. South Africa pulling it from behind him and then managing to drive it forward. Does a curl and under bum flick as he then takes it forward again and flicks it to his other forward, but the German back was down. However, South Africa does a rip curl to bring it back into the middle of the court. They're right in front of the goal tray here. And then they're managing to move it around and then into the goal tray. And the referees are agreeing that it was a goal. Looks like there was a nice job there by the German defenders trying to move it out, but South Africa would just rip it off their stick, curl it round, flick it over to whoever was ready, and then they would flick it into the goal tray. Goal for cap number 3, Tylan Paik. With 3 minutes left in the second half, South Africa is now up to 10-0.
Running down the clock with 2.5 minutes left to play, just under that. The referee has seen an infringement. He's playing the advantage right now on the surface. As we can see, GB looking to try and work it out along the wall.
South Africa streaming out for that strike, and then he does his signature back flick to get it to his other forward to then take it to the far side. Germany doing a good job there to try and drive it forward. However, South Africa's defenders picked up a loose puck and driving it around them on the outside there. Does a nice big flick to open space where his forward was waiting for him, and he's going to drive it over towards the goal and slip around the outside and flick it in for a goal. Referees agree.
Well done for GB. They defended that penalty and played
Cap number 4. Look at him as he swims around it, around the outside of them here with a nice strong power as he flicks it into the goal.
And so now we are in the last 2 minutes of the match, and as mentioned, on any fault, there's
And that was for Elmar.
a ball come up.
And we have a white timeout being called here. with just over 2 minutes left in the second half.
Pressure on.
So GB just really manage out the last few minutes of this game.
Yeah, that's what it looks like here for sure.
Not go back and get 3 goals.
Germany winning the puck as we come to 2 minutes left in this game. South Africa have it though here as they try and flick it to connect with their forward, who does a nice little back tackle there to try and take it forward. He does a nice little full curl, meets to his forward on the inside and then gives it to the back and then takes it for a backline switch. Some good speed across the court there as he does a curl and tries to find more players, swimming it into space.
Defend this last minute and a half here with Spain pushing.
German defenders trying to drive him over to the far wall. South Africa are going to try and bring it up the back wall, but Germany manages to slip in behind him and tries to flick it past him, but his forward wasn't there, and then he managed to rip it off the South African defender, and a little bit of a tussle on the far corner again. South Africa doing a little underbum flick where it landed straight on the German defender's stick, but South Africa's come out with it as the Germans weren't ready for it, and we have a referees pulling us up against South Africa. And we have a referee timeout here, as in the last 2 minutes of the game. Anything being pulled up stops time. Minute 10 left in the game as Germany goes down to take the free puck on the far side. They're moving it over to the wall. He was a bit late there to let go of that puck, but looks like South Africa's got it as they do a nice deep switch here in the back line. Flicks it to his forward. Well connected there. They got some open space here. Tries to sweep it back to the inside, but the Germans were down and waiting for him. South Africa's managed to pick the puck up somehow anyway. Bit of a congestion here on the corner. South Africa moving it into the middle of the court, then taking it back to the outside where he had his man waiting for him. They're going to swim it around the defenders here. A bit of a shoulder check there by the German to try and keep him from having some good open space. But looks like it hasn't mattered as the South Africans managed to get it past the last defender. But the referees are saying that it is no goal. They're going to push South Africa back with 26 seconds left in the half. Germany taking this puck, and he's trying to get it to his forwards. However, it was knocked down by the South African strike. South Africa trying to move it past the German sub-bench, but we have referees pulling the game up with 14 seconds left. They're sending one of the Germans out for 2 minutes. So he is out for the rest of this game. And South Africa have a free puck here. 14 seconds left. 6 men against 5. South Africa taking the puck with a nice little flick over to the far side. Try and get it past the forward from Germany who is screaming out. South Africa doing a nice little curl here as he flicks it to his other back to try and get it into the middle of the court. But we have a referee signaling that that is time. And that is the end of this game with South Africa winning against Germany.